Today we're going to show you how to change the surface element terminal block kit on your range. Really easy job. All we're going to need is a 1/4 inch nut driver, a pair of wire cutters, a pair of needle nose pliers, and a roll of electrical tape. Let me show you how we do it. Now before we begin this repair, the first thing we're going to want to do is disconnect the power to the range. If it has a cord on it, we simply disconnect that from the receptacle. If it's a hardwired range, we'll need to locate the breakers and turn those off. Next, we'll want to pull the range out far enough that we can access the side of the terminal block that we're going to replace. It's a little easier if you have access from the side. Next, we'll remove the element. Set that aside. And the drip bowl. And then we'll remove the 1/4 inch hex head screw that secures the terminal block to the main top. And then we're ready to lift the main top. So remove anything that's on the top, set it aside. The hood props lock in place. With a pair of wire cutters, we're just going to snip the 2 wires to the terminal block as close to the block as possible. Discard the old terminal block. Now for the front burner, we'll need to pull the wire out of the channel that runs along the side to give ourselves a little bit of play there. Next, we'll take our new terminal block, just lay it in place, and we'll cut about 6 inches of electrical tape there. And we're going to tape 2 wires from the new terminal to the wires from the old one. Make sure you adequately cover up the leading edge where the terminals are. And next we'll remove some screws from the back panel and we'll pull that wire through. Make sure it's pulled out of both of the wire channels holders so it has room to slide freely. Remove 6 screws in the upper portion of the back panel, 3 along each side, and there's one remaining one on the top that goes through a little mounting bracket. Just tilt the little mounting bracket out. Now we have access to the control. Next, we'll locate the 2 wires where they come into the control panel. There's a hole there about 3/4 of an inch in diameter. And we're slowly going to pull those through that opening. And we'll remove the tape we put on it. And then we'll remove those 2 wires from the old terminal block from the appropriate switch. Just change them 1 wire per wire. If they're a little snug, you can use a pair of needle nose pliers to pull the terminals off. And discard the old wires. Next, we'll make sure that the wires to the new terminal block are fastened into the wire holders along the side channel. Make sure you give yourself enough slack. And we'll mount the new terminal block to the main top with a single screw. Before we lower the top, just double check and make sure no wires are going to pinch. Release the prop rods. Replace both the drip bowl and the element. And next we'll replace the back panel. We'll start with the top screw with the mounting bracket. And take caution that you don't over tighten the screws in the back panel because we don't want it to strip any of these screw openings. Now we're ready to reconnect the power, check the control to make sure that our element heats properly, and our repair is complete.